Good morning, brothers. My name is Nelis Venter. I'm currently staying in JBay, and I'm part of the ministry tent in Mighty Men and also in the Mighty Men committee. But that's not why I'm here this morning. I'm here to give you a testimony about the Mighty Men. 2009, my brother-in-law came to me and he said to me, I must join Mighty Men, Greytown, Shalom. That is Uncle Angus's farm. Like you guys, before the journey, you sit at home and you wonder and you decided, must I go or not? And he phoned me a second time, and as there was a lot of excuses, what I gave my brother-in-law, and one of them was money. I'm not ready to go. And yeah, that's excuses. But about 2 months before we had to go, and I needed 2,000 rand to get to Greytown. And my wife told me the one night, she said to me, listen, there's 2,000 rand in your bank account, in our bank account. And I said, yes, that's good. We can pay our debts and stuff that we need to pay. And my wife said to me, no, that is how much money you needed to go. And I decided I will go. I will go for the numbers. By that time, they're expecting a million people. That was what the media had said. And I went. I went with my brother-in-law, my father-in-law, and there we go. We're going to make up the numbers. While we on our way, my father and myself, my father-in-law, something started to happen, what I couldn't explain up until this day. We reached Shalom. We had a tent, just like you guys sitting here. And the next morning, my brother-in-law said we must go and get seated and get a place where we can sit. Now, Shalom is huge, and my brother-in-law and myself didn't get along very well. And our theme for this year is forgiven. So he took his chair and I took my chair. And we walk in an aisle like this. And he sat that side of the aisle and I sat this side. We didn't say a word to each other. I didn't know God that day or that time. I know him. I was in a church, grew up in a Christian family. My father was a deacon and my mother was a deacon in a church. But I didn't know God. I know he was there. I didn't know the Holy Spirit. I didn't know Jesus. Why did he suffer on the cross for me and you? And at once, we turned to each other, my brother and myself, my brother-in-law and myself, and we start talking. That day, Uncle Angus got onto the stage, or was supposed to get onto the stage, and he had a heart attack. Okay. All right. So, he had his heart attack, and I didn't pray for people before. And the message got out, Uncle Angus had his heart attack. So, how must I pray? Now I must pray for someone I didn't know. My brother-in-law and myself, we had issues. I had issues at home with my wife, with my father, my own father. And I start praying. And the Holy Spirit touched us that day. Myself, my brother-in-law, and I start praying for him, Angus. And after the prayer and after he went off with the helicopter, when they took him to the hospital, we still pray. We went through the weekend. The Sunday, he was back on stage. He prayed, and we went home. Mighty Men 2009 is finished, but God wasn't finished with me. There's a journey that I had to make and I had to walk. And I walked that journey all by myself with the Holy Spirit. And I didn't know the Holy Spirit by that time. There's grandfathers sitting here. There's fathers sitting here. There's sons sitting here. And years on, I joined Mighty Men Limpopo. And my journey carried on. So that I asked my father, my own father, please join me for a Mighty Men. And he said to me, no. And I was angry. I asked him the next Mighty Men. I asked him, please. He said, no. By that time, I also, while I think I served God, was drinking. My friends was everything to me. My wife was on the background. I didn't have kids. You couldn't have kids. The doctor said you must get yourself a puppy or a dog. But the Holy Spirit, God, bless us with two. A son and a daughter. And that is not me. And like you guys, I couldn't cry. There's a guy with the name Dex. He prayed for me because we grow up as men don't cry. And he prayed for me and I cried that night. His whole shirt wet. And I just break into pieces. But the Holy Spirit built me up, brick for brick. God built me up, brick for brick. And there's one thing that God wanted me to do, and is to pray for my dad. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And I said to him, how can I pray for a guy that refused me 2 times, reject me 2 times to take him to Mighty Men? And I had to do it. With a lot of courage and a lot of, I don't know if I have to do it. I went. And I prayed for my dad. I asked him, Dad, can I pray for you? He said, yeah. That was the first thing I thought, wow. Before he said that he doesn't need prayer. I pray for him. But the prayer wasn't just a prayer for him. That was that forgiveness that was in my heart. To forgive my dad for things that what went wrong in our life as small ones. And that's why I said, grandpas, dads, children, go to your dad, go to your son, and forgive him. There's a whole mountain that fell off my shoulders after I prayed for my dad, and I still didn't know that I do the right thing. 2 months later, my aunt, his older sister, phoned me, and she said to me, did you know what you've done to your dad? He appreciated your prayer. He appreciated what you have done to pray for him. And that was confession to say I've done the right thing, or if I did the right thing. Forgiveness even to my brother, my own brother. When his daughter was baptized, we never went there. When my daughter was baptized, he wasn't there. Gentlemen, brothers, fathers, grandfathers, it's time that we must forgive. Like Eugene said before, the time is running out. And there's some guys of you, of most of you sitting here, that was in the same boat where I was 2009, previously. There's people that's waiting for you, and those people is the Holy Spirit. There's a tent that's waiting for you. The decision is yours. I can't make it for you. Nobody can make it for you. You, the only person that can make that decision to the next step. So please, let it be the right decision. I thank you, and God bless you, and enjoy the rest of Mighty Men, JBay. Thank you very much.